Illinois ranks highly on so many lists when it comes to the best places to live here in America, like niche.com, livability, money.com, and so many others. There are so many great things coming here to Naperville, Illinois, and there's so many families and individuals relocating here from the state of Chicago or from out of state. But just like any town or city that you live in, there's always a lot of things that you might not like about where you live. And in today's video, we're covering things on what people might not like when it comes to living here in Naperville, Illinois, and we're getting after it right now. Check it out. Welcome back, welcome to the channel. My name is Brandon. I make videos just like this about what it's like living, playing, and everything else in between here in the Chicagoland area. And if you had thoughts about making a move here to Naperville or any of the surrounding areas, whether it be next week or next year, my team and I would be absolutely honored to help you guys out. Call, text, shoot me an email. Info down below in the description. But one thing that people, hate about when it comes to living here in Naperville, Illinois is the housing prices compared to a lot of different places, along in the Illinois area for sure. While Naperville, Illinois offers, a lot of amenities, great place to live, raise a family and everything like that, it comes with a steep housing price, especially like I said, compared to a lot of different towns around here in the Chicagoland area. And whether you're looking to buy or rent here, you'll notice that whether you're a young professional, a single individual, family, or kind of anything in between, you'll notice that the prices are pretty crazy. And I have a lot of clients that are probably watching this channel and we're house hunting right now. And one big thing that, a lot of my clients hate, and I know a lot of other people, families, whoever, in the market for a neighborhood house right now is that there's no inventory here. So it's pretty crazy when it comes to that. And, there's a lot of like prices going way over list price, a lot of different things, but I can get into that in another video. But one thing people truly hate is the housing costs here. But I mean, when it comes to living here in Naperville, Illinois, you have a lot of great things going from it. Like I said, with the amenities, the school, the downtown area, 2 metros, and the close proximity to a lot of different places. And you'll notice a lot of people here, that have jobs in the city. They can have easy access to say Chicago by jumping on a train. And I know I get a lot of phone calls typically, with people that live in the city are looking to start their life here in the suburbs, and usually Naperville is on their list. And the very first question they always ask is, how do I get to work in the city from the suburbs? And just real quick, while you keep watching this video, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, drop a like, because I'll tell YouTube I'm doing a great job on making this video kind of thing. But sure, one thing that people hate when it comes to living here in Naperville, Illinois is definitely the housing costs and the affordability when it comes to that. Next thing that people might not enjoy when it comes to living here in Naperville, Illinois is definitely the traffic. There's a lot of construction going on in downtown Naperville, and with high schools, a lot of schools here, elementary schools, middle schools, and kids just running around and everything along that nature, bus drop off, bus pick up, and those things, it can get pretty congested here when it comes with the traffic, when it comes here living here in Naperville, Illinois. The streets can definitely get pretty congested, especially during rush hour time. Route 59 and Ogden are, 2 roads that, get a lot of congestion when these rush hour hits. I mean, Ogden is a 2-lane road, and, 59 is, a 2 to 3 lane road as well. And it's pretty much just jam-packed, especially with people trying to get off the train, schools and buses dropping off the kids, parents picking up their kids from school, people getting off the highway, and kind of everything like that as well. But let me tell you this, especially if, traffic is kind of like, I don't want to do it, Brandon. I'll tell you this, is that in the city of Chicago, traffic is much, much worse. I mean, you're pretty much bumper to bumper. And if you've been a long-time subscriber, you've watched my videos in the past, you know that I lived in California. And I will tell you guys this, California traffic is not to mess with. I live in the LA area, and the 210 is pretty rough. But the nice thing here in the burbs, while we do have traffic and you're trying to run your errands and whatever the case may be, is that we have a lot of parking here in the suburbs. And let me mention is that parking is 95% of the time free over here compared to the city of Chicago, where you have to use Spot Hero to kind of find a spot, to find the cheapest spot, or if you drive into one of those parking garages, you're probably paying $50 for 2 hours, honestly. But yeah, number 2 for sure is that people don't really like the traffic here in Naperville, Illinois, but it's definitely worse in different parts of town, especially in the state of Chicago and stuff like that. Another thing that makes Naperville not so, fond on people's list, especially if you're into this, if you're living here in Naperville, Illinois, is that there's not really a huge nightlife scene. I mean, really, we just have kind of downtown Naperville. But in my opinion, I'm not the most going to the city of Chicago and going out type of person. I like spending it with my family and friends. And if I want to go out for drinks, downtown Naperville has great places like Potter's, Empire. They got Fat Rosie's and a whole bunch of other different places as well. When you compare to the city of Chicago, you can go to different places like the Gold Coast, River North, Old Town, West Loop, South Loop, and kind of anything. I can't really name any of the towns of Chicago because I'm a suburbs boy at heart. But the city of Chicago has so many other things when it comes to nightlife. But like I said previously in this video, is that there's easy access to the city of Chicago. You can easily just jump on one of the two metros, whether it's on Route 59 or if you're looking for the downtown Naperville one, which is just south of Ogden. Pretty easy access to get to the city of Chicago. And depending on how you're timing up your commute in a car to get to the city of Chicago, it's really not too bad. Depending which portion of Naperville that you're living in. Whether you are in the southwest portion of Naperville, it might take a little more like an hour. And then if you're on the north section of Naperville, it's more like a 45-minute drive. So it's easy access to get there. But in my opinion, there's a lot of great things to do here in downtown Naperville. And we actually just opened up a Gordon Ramsay's restaurant that I went to. And, if you want my recommendation on that, or I'll try again to do a video in the Gordon Ramsay's restaurant, let me know. Or shoot me a text because you guys know that I love to talk about food and drinks on this channel for sure. And for sure, like I said, there are a lot of things to love when it comes to living here in Naperville, Illinois, but there are also a lot of things not to love when it comes to living here in Naperville. But wherever you live, there's always going to be pros and cons to where you're living, and it's kind of just figuring out what's the best thing for you and your loved ones going forward. So those are some of the three things that I've had conversations with my clients and just people that are living here in the area that live in Naperville, Illinois, what they don't really like, and kind of my opinion on it because I'm born and raised in the area. And if you like this content, hit the subscribe button. Leave a like, drop a comment, let me know what you guys want to see next. And if you have thoughts about making a move here to Naperville, Illinois, or any of the surrounding areas here, my team and I would be absolutely honored to help you guys out. We get a ton of calls that reach out, and we just love to chat. Call, text, shoot me an email. My info is down below the description. Watch one of these videos up here, and I will see you guys on the next video.